Okay, so who actually likes Microsoft and what they're doing with Windows? Heyo, I'm Luna, a creature who likes to nerd about games and tech on the internet. By now, probably every human who spent at least 5 minutes browsing the internet has heard about the meme that 2020, 2021, 2025 is finally the year of the Linux desktop. But what year is actually the year of the Linux desktop? I don't think it's unreasonable to think that this year has pretty good chances. Microsoft and pretty much every big tech company is certainly having a moment right now with so-called AI. Personally, I would think that there must be better reasons out there for the inevitable economic crisis that follows when this bubble pops than some sort of collective ELIZA effect. But I'm no big tech CEO, and this isn't a video about the plagiarism machine. There are lots of good videos about the topic here on YouTube already. But yeah, as I said in one of my previous videos, after I got my paws on the Steam Deck, it convinced me to give this Linux a try. At that time, it was more a decision against whatever weird things Microsoft is doing and not so much a decision for Linux. But as of now, I'm certainly sold on it. Given the statistics, I get the feeling that many more people had a similar experience. Just looking at the newest Steam hardware charts from December 2025, Linux has a market share on Steam of about 3.6%, which doesn't sound like much, but seeing as a bigger picture, it's a pretty big improvement compared to just some years ago. Just 1 year ago even, Linux was around the 2 to 2.5% mark. If this trend continues, I don't think it's that out of scope to see Linux at about 5% market share by the end of the year. And that's just my trend continues expectation. But what if it doesn't just continue? You see, a few months ago, Valve announced 3 neat pieces of hardware. That being the Steam controller, Steam Frame, and of course the GameCube, or Steam Machine if you're borrowing. The latter two being Linux computers. Personally, I'm more excited about the Frame, but that's a topic for a different video. Let's focus on the Steam Machine for now. The biggest advantage Windows had and still has is that you can just go to your local hardware store or internet shop of your choice and buy one computer with Windows already installed, skipping most of the complicated setup process. I understand that most people just want to use the computer, even if the user experience might be bad. So it's a massive advantage to have off-the-shelf solutions. And here comes in the GameCube. It's a Linux computer you can buy configured and ready to use. While I can't give any predictions on how big the market for the Steam Machine is, I do believe that it will at least convert some more people to become one with the Penguin. From personal experience, I do believe that Linux is ready for mass adoption. I even think it's easier to use for the average user than Windows 11. Like, I can play my favorite games without any issues, make music, which is a topic I plan to cover in a future video, code, and do all sorts of things I would want to use a computer for. The only thing I miss would be a Linux native version of Serato, which, if you're not familiar with it, is a software used for DJing. But I'm optimistic that we're getting there. Heck, since my last video covering gaming on Linux, I can even use my Windows Mixed Reality VR headset mostly without issues. The hand tracking is a bit off, but besides that, it works. Exciting times are ahead of us. So, where will we end up by the end of the year? Hard to say, but 5 to maybe 7% doesn't sound too unrealistic. And given that macOS enjoys wide software support with about 10% desktop market share, it might be possible that not just game publishers, but also other software makers who currently don't support Linux might change their mind by the end of the year. About at the time of writing a week ago at the Chaos Communication Congress, the Chaos Computer Club, a German ethical hacker organization, together with many other organizations, declared the Digital Independence Day, which shall be every first Sunday of each month. So the next one is February 1st. On that day, you're invited to take the time to free yourself from big tech, one service at a time. If you're located in Germany, you will find meetups in many cities where people will help you if you have any questions. You can check for events at di.day. Let's say you want to switch and are confused about the sheer endless amount of Linux distro. Just go with Fedora. Ignore every other distro. It's good, stable, and has a wide user base, so it's easy to find help if you should run into any issues. In conclusion, while it might be difficult to predict when the year of the Linux desktop might happen, but 2026 can certainly be yours, so why don't you try it on the next Digital Independence Day? So it's a massive advantage to have off-the-shelf. So it's a massive advantage to have off-the TH. TH. Ah, you can do it. Just do it. So it's a massive advantage to have